Hi friends, welcome to WebJump. In this video, I'm going to discuss how we can use the virtual relationship in Power BI. So we are very much familiar with the physical relationship. What is a physical relationship in Power BI? The way we create the relationship between two tables in a model view is our physical relationships. Okay. So here I have two tables. You can see the tables and its columns in front of you. And let's say I may wants to create a relationship between these two. How I can do? I can create the relationship based on the employee ID, meaning what I will do, I will search for the common column between two tables. Okay. But not all the time you will be able to create a relationship, strong type relationship. Okay. But there are different types of relationships, one to many, many to one. So if you can create, or if your data set is in a one to many or many to one relationship, we will call that as a strong type relationship. But if your data set is in a many to many relationship, then we will say that is weaker relationship, and we cannot use that relationship for the calculation purpose and all. Or there could be another reason that we won't be able to create a relationship between two tables because of multiple relationship exist between two tables. Okay, so more than one relationship cannot be active. So in that case also we can use this virtual relationship. Okay, so what is a physical relationship? So physical relationship is refer to the direct relationship between two tables, and this relationship is defined in the model view by connecting the columns from one table to another table. Okay, and obviously typically it is based on the matching columns. One column should be a primary key, another column should be a foreign key. Then only it is going to work. Primary key meaning one side, foreign key meaning many side. Next is obviously the physical relationship is the foundation of data modeling in Power BI that allows you to filter the data while performing the calculation or while creating the visuals automatically. Right. So we need not to worry about the filter propagations when physical relationship between two tables is exist. But there may be a chance that you will not be able to use the physical relationship for the calculation purpose. So in that case, how we can use the virtual relationship in DAX? That's what we are going to see. So we let's say here I cannot use. Okay, if you look at my data set, so here I have employee ID getting repeated a couple of times, and again if I go to the salary table here, again you can see that I have only 10 distinct values which are getting repeated a couple of times. So neither I on the basis of month, because month is also getting repeated for the couple of times in both the tables. Here is month is also getting repeated for the couple of times, right? So neither I can create the relationship. Okay, let me refresh this. I can create the relationship between two tables directly. Okay, so if I want to create the relationship, what I can do is I can create the composite key, and then it will work. So I might need to add a column, key column based on the employee ID and month, because here in the salary table we have data at the month level. In payout table we have data at the date level. Okay, so meaning day level. Okay, so month I have extracted from that, not here in I used or I extracted the month in the feeder only. Okay, but I cannot use both of these columns to create a strong type. Okay, so if I want to create a strong type relationship, what I will do is I will go, meaning what I have to calculate is, let's say how many months are there. So here I have 10 months and 2 months are blank. Okay, if I go down, so until October month, the salary paid date is available. So if I want to see the data by month, obviously here also we have a data, but I want to see the data. I want to use the column month column from this table, and I want to perform the calculation from this salary column. So one column coming from this salary payout table, another column is coming from the salary table, right? So if I want to do this, how I can do? Either I can create a physical relationship. That is what mostly we are doing, right? So if I go and if I say new column, I'm going to create a key, and then we will build the relationship, okay? And then we will compare the result of both. So if I say this is my key column, key is equals to, then let me say employee ID and month, salary of the month. So this two columns I need to use to create a unique value column. And here again, new column, key is equals to employee ID and month. Okay, not this. So I will use this. So I think this will create one-to-one relationship, or let's see how this is going to work. So if I come here, if I create a physical relationship, okay, right. So here it is creating many to one relationship between two tables, right? And filter cross filter direction we will keep as a single. I'll say okay, and now relationship is exist. So filter is passed. Okay, so here direction is like this, from salary to payout. Ideally, this should go from salary. Meaning this completely depends on the data. Okay, how you do, our purpose is different to see here. And if you create the meaning if your relationship is exist aggregation, if you drag the columns on the visuals, so it will be very easy for you to perform the aggregation based on this physical relationship, right? So here, filter direction is this. The salary table has unique value, and here why it is saying me many to one. Ideally, it should be one to one because by month. Okay, because of this blank. Because of this blank, it might have uh, created this kind of relationship, because it should create the relationship in one to one. Okay, let me fill the data first. Okay, for all the month, and to see the relationship how it works, because both the tables have same number of rows, and here I'll say 30, 23. Okay, so if we add multiple years, our relationship will be one to many, kind of. But in both the tables, it will get added up. So now, if I say 12 hyphen 31st hyphen 23, and this is my December, I'm just creating a sample data set to perform the demo on virtual relationship. Let me close this. Let me uh, refresh this. Because of blank, it may have created the relationship in this way. Okay. So if I say one to one, okay. So this relationship is best fitted in one to one. So in one to one relationship, your filter direction can be in any of the sides. So it uses both. Okay. So now just consider that our relationship is exist. Physical relationship is exist in our model. So if I pick the table and if I bring the month here, And if I bring the salary, so it will give me the total sum of salary by month, right? This is what the total salary by month. Let me increase the size of the values a little bit so that it will be visible for you. Fine. Okay. This is what the relationship. What will happen if let's say if this relationship, this key is not exist, or this relationship is not exist. So this kind of relationship is not exist. So it is not performing the filtering operation, right? So same value, total salary, total sum of the entire column is repeated here, right? And this is what I don't want. And without creating a relationship, we can achieve this. But how? Okay. So virtual relationship in Power BI refers to the method of relating two tables without creating a direct, or we can say the physical relationship between the tables. Right. So this technique is typically used in DAX. So obviously we need to use the DAX to achieve this. And DAX functions are there to establish the relationship on the fly. Virtual, you will not be able to see those relationships, but that will be used in the calculation only. So allowing you to work with the data that is more, meaning that is in a more flexible manner. So when direct relationships are not possible or ideal. So in that case, you can use the virtual relationship. And there is a function called a TREATAS, which is not recently, okay, in 2017 they have added it in DAX. And this function is going to help you to create a relationship between two columns. Okay. So now let's say I want to achieve the same, achieve the same. What I will do, I'll create a measure. Okay. And let me say, measure name is AM. Okay. Or I'll say M1. And then here I'll calculate. What I want to do is I want to take the sum of salary column. Okay. So this is what my expectation, but how filter should work, right? So what relationship, actual or physical relationship does, so it passes or it propagates the filters, right? So now I want to do the same. So here, instead of using any other kind of meaning, since there is no direct relationship between these two tables, so we cannot use our normal functions, right? So here I will use TREATAS. Okay. So if I want to use the TREATAS, okay, what is the syntax for this? So obviously target measure, we define the sum of salary, then values, and here you can understand the lookup granularity column, meaning the column which has lookup value. So my salary payout tables, okay, my salary payout tables month column has lookup value. So I will use, because I want unique values from that column. So salary payout month. This is my lookup granularity column. And then on which column you have to apply the filter? Obviously, salary is coming from the salary. So I would like to apply the filter on the basis of month column from the salary table. All right. So on which table aggregation is happening. My M1 is ready, right? My M1 is ready. And now if I add this, right, total is fine. And now let me create the relationship between these two. Okay, so now this is showing one, because of blank it was showing the one, showing the one to many, otherwise it would have come as a one-to-one relationship. Okay, one-to-one relationship is also fine for us. So now here you can see that, okay, the result M1 using virtual relationship, and this sum of salary column using physical relationship. But if you compare these two, if you compare these two, these are exactly same, right? Meaning without creating a relationship between these two tables. two tables to right. So we can still perform the aggregation using virtual relationship by using the treat as function. Right. So treat as function is very important in virtual relationships. Right. So alternative to this function is intersect function. So you can use intersect function also. So if I uh, create new measure, right? I will say m2 is equals to calculate sum of then salary column, salary of the salary, right? And here here inside in filter. Okay, so what I can do is I can use intersect. So obviously how intersects work. So here I must pass the all values, all unique values of the column on which filter is going to apply. So I'm going to apply the filter on the basis of salary column. So on salary table, and from the table which is called values, and values must be coming from this month column, salary payout. So this is what you need to understand primarily. Okay. So not this. Let me remove this. Let's increase this. And if I bring the M1, what it does, it gives me again the same result, right? So alternative way for the treat as is intersect you can use, right? This is how you need to use intersect. But whenever possible, if your DAX version don't have this treat as, then and then only go for the intersect. Otherwise, always try to use the treat as, so which creates meaning. See, treat as is very optimized and perform the much faster calculation. So this will not affect the performance of your Power BI. This may cause a performance issue. And one more alternative to do this is, let's say if treat as is not available, intersect is not available. In that case, what you can do, you can use filter. You can use filter and contains function together. But this looks little bit complicated. Okay, let me start writing the measure and obviously calculate then sum of salary, right? And obviously sum of salary, then filter. Obviously I'm going to use the filter. Okay, so filter is here you can see the target granularity column. So which column you want to target? I want to target the column month from the salary table, right? Because in this table our value column is there, so that is my target column, right? And obviously here I will do is contains. Then again your inside the contents, okay, you should pass the values of lookup values are coming from the month of this table, salary payout table, the column which we are using in the visuals for the filtration purpose, where you want to use perform the filtration. Then this, and then salary of the month, right? So this, okay, values, right, fine. So let me close this measure, right? So this is the syntax you can try to understood here, that all is used to return the unique values of that columns. And again, contents is used to check whether the values from these two columns are exist in the this filter functions table or not, and accordingly it will create the filter context virtually. And if I bring this, okay, again it gives me the same value. Okay, so if I use treat as, if I use intersect, if I use the filter and contents together, it gives me the same calculation. The functionality of all these functions are same, but yes, treat as is optimized function that is recently added, and that is helpful to build the virtual relationship when relationship for the or between the table is not exist. Okay, so I would like to conclude this video, and thank you for the watching this video. Thank you so much for your time. And then I would like to say that subscribe our YouTube channel, web